I really want easy answers. Okay, just tell me the answer, and I can just move on. And but maybe what I really want is for the tension that I'm in to be seen by somebody else, and for a kind of seeing to it that the tension is relieved. And often when I'm in a soul talk conversation with somebody, talking to someone online, which I do quite regularly, I can feel that tension that they're coming to me to help them to relieve that tension. They want to be seen, and they want me or God or someone to see to it that the problem goes away or the tension is resolved. They have a question, a place of internal struggle. And it's like they're holding their hands up in the air and holding the weight of something, and the weight is just getting really tired of just holding the hands up in the air, and it's heavy and it's tiring, and the energy that is having to be held up creates depression, creates anxiety. And perhaps as you're watching this, try it. Hold your hands up, just up in the air for a while. See how long you can take. See how long it takes for you to feel that sort of weight being pushing you down, feeling the strength in your muscles. And people carry tensions. And one good outcome of, I think, of a good soul talk conversation is that the person feels that they've been seen and that there is a scene to it, that kind of like a providence is found. I was talking with my physiotherapist yesterday while she worked on my arm. I've got some problems with my arm. And I felt a little nudge to just thank her for all the years of training she had done. Also for the um, ongoing training she has to do all the time, and her study, and for her commitment to her clients, and for the risk of setting up her own business. It's a huge thing to have a business and to run it, and it's a big thing. And I said, I just thanked her for that. And then I said to her, um, how do you feel after I've just given you this sense of I see you? I didn't quite say that, but I said, how do you feel after I've given you after I've shared that? And she said, I felt seen. I felt seen. Somebody sees me and sees the struggle, okay? Because she went through a lot of struggle, like we all do if you're going to do a lot of training, and sees to it in the sense that I'm giving something back to her, and there's some kind of an act of providence is given to her. There's one of the most disturbing stories in the Bible is the story of Abraham and the command to go and sacrifice his only son, Isaac. And over in the show notes, over in the blog post, you can read the story. You can find the link to read the whole story. But God asks Abraham to take his son up, his only son, up to the mountain and to kill him. And let's call it what it is. It's child abuse. It's murder. It's the abuse of power, a father over a son. And in the culture that Abraham was living in, the dominant religion there, not his religion, but the dominant religion was the religion of Baal. And child sacrifice was a practice they performed. And so I can imagine Abraham's tension must have been like cognitive dissonance, which is the mental discomfort experienced when you're holding two or more conflicting beliefs and ideas or values. You know, you probably know what it is, and you're going back and forth and you're trying to work it out, and it's just doing your head in. And perhaps Abraham held the tension between being told by God to kill his son and knowing God provided a son in his really old age, right? So it's like, I don't understand. This is I can't understand. Perhaps another dissonance, cognitive dissonance, is being told by God that to perform child sacrifice, knowing God completely thought this was an abomination, that this is not something that you should do. So he's holding these things heavy. And there may well have been other tensions creating deep anxiety within him, such as, what would I say to Sarah? What shall I say to Sarah? Honey, I've just gone and killed Isaac. And just think of the weight of that. Uh, Many years ago, Providence brought me to the Uffizi Gallery in Florence, Italy, where I viewed the Sacrifice of Isaac by Caravaggio. It's an incredible painting. And if you please come over to the website and look at the painting, because you won't get a good picture of it here, but I've got it on full screen mode so you can see the fullness of it. And actually, when I was there, I actually picked up a print version of it. So here it is. And so here it is here. So it's the picture of Abraham killing Isaac. It's that moment when the angel comes and stops Abraham killing Isaac, and you can see the ram down the bottom, and you can see the horrified look of Isaac at that very moment. It's a graphic picture. It's really haunting. It's really quite dark in a lot of ways. The real thing is 1.3 meters wide by just about a meter high, so it's big. And if you come over to the actual website, you can see a video commentary, where they take you up and look at it closely. The lady who is doing the commentary is Italian and speaks Italian, so we don't know what she's saying, but you get a bit of an idea of the beauty, the horrific beauty of this picture. But Caravaggio, he's really well known as someone who captures, like a picture, the emotions. And when I look at it, I see the emotions of seeing and seeing to it. Okay, Abraham sees the angel sees Abraham. Isaac's eyes are full of terror. The ram's eyes are in complicit obedience, just really complicit obedience. There's another thing which I'd like you to look at if you see it, is I like to ask you, where is the angel's finger pointing? All right, because it's not pointing directly at the ram. Okay, I wonder where it's pointing. But this picture is tension and release. Tension and release. Abraham just about to, and then there's a release. And it's a really quite a powerful story. It's not nice or comfortable. We like nice stories, don't we? Comfortable stories, but it's terrifying in faith, complexity, mystery, and I see it every day. I don't think I'll ever fully grasp the mystery of the story. It's something to meditate on. But it's a story of providence. And immediately after this release of tension, like immediately after this scene, Abraham gives a name to the place. So he sort of like puts a signpost, we put a signpost, but he names it. And the verse here is Genesis 22:14. So Abraham called that place, "The Lord will provide," Jehovah Jireh. As it is said to this day, on the mount of the Lord it shall be provided. And I put in brackets he shall be seen. In digging into the passage, into the Hebrew of this passage, we actually find some really interesting words and meanings. This Hebrew word for Jireh means to see, all right? And I've looked that up, and there's a really good website called Bible Hub, and they give a bit of an overview and explanation. So here it is. Ra, or Jireh, means to see, saw, or seen. It spans the full range of seeing in Scripture, from the simplest act of looking. In the first act is God saw that there was light. God saw there was darkness. Okay, from the simplest act of looking in the to the highest revelationary vision. Its frequency, about 1306 times, makes it a foundational thread binding narrative, law, poetry, and prophecy into a unified testimony of God's knowledge and self-disclosure. All right, so it's really important, this concept of seeing. Next part they say is provision, Yahweh Jireh, because to see also means see to it. The mount of Abraham's test is named the Lord will provide. The verb thus bridges sight and supply, promising that God foresees and furnishes all the covenant life requires. God sees to it. There is an awareness of a need and a provision for meeting that need. Hence, Abraham sets up a name post. Bang. The Lord will provide. The Lord who sees and sees to it, sight and supply. And I was thinking about how the Lord saw this coming up and nudged a ram up the hill. And I think there's some belief that it got caught in some thicket of thorns and so on. But there it was, seeing to see and to see to it. And God sees Abraham's devotion in the midst of cognitive dissonance. And I think God may have wanted him to come to that place of cognitive dissonance. But God sees to it that a need is supplied. There's a tension, and then there's a tension release. Abraham sees God's call to faith and sees to it being met. I see you, Abraham. Abraham, you see me. We see each other. And in the seeing of each other, faith and trust grow. Cognitive dissonance becomes cognitive harmony. And in the staring into each other's eyes, nothing else matters. It's unflinching, unwavering, and undistracted. Focus is everything, attention. And providence gives release or relief of that tension. The God who sees and provides. By faith, we see God seeing to it. It's a big concept to get your head around, but there's tension and release. God sees to it. And God sees to it maybe in ways we weren't quite expecting. We didn't expect a ram. We didn't expect other things. And it's a timing thing. God sees to it, but it may not be in our timing. It may be in a completely different way. God sees to it. And I've written a poem. It's called I See You. I see you. I fall into their gaze. They fall into mine. Two lovers' eyes are locked, lost in space and time. I see you. You see me. Never to fall adrift of lovers' bliss. In each other we are free. I see to it to provide a gift ahead. A surprise awaits for you. A sacrificial ram instead. I await your response. How you will see me. The providence provided. A worship name for me. Open your eyes. Look steadily into mine. Galaxies will explode. Living waters divine. Come take a swim. Come count the stars above. Doubt will run away. Faith grows within our love. I see you. You see me. Let's dance a little dance for the world to see. Okay, it's quite a deep sort of a little blog or video today, and I'd love to hear from you. Please email me. I'd love to hear your feedback about this, or leave a comment down below. Share it with other people. Hit share. Send it out. I really like people reading my stuff and particularly giving me feedback. I want you to know that you're seen, and maybe in this blog post or this video, YouTube, there is God seeing to it that maybe some need is met for you. Thanks. Bye.